Hello, guys. This is Victor King. I'm a WCU master student in North Carolina, and this is a subject master expert interview. I have with me here Mr. Alalaye Oluwadamiola Olawale, founder and CEO of Affluence Nexus International. He's a seasoned digital marketer and a web designer that has helped businesses around the globe gain online visibility and achieve their business goals using systemic website designs, strategies, and digital marketing tools. Mr. Alaleye, you are very much welcome to this interview session. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, doctor. Good morning.
Okay. Now, I have a couple of questions for you here as part of my subject matter expert. Um, I believe that some of these questions based on your experience and all of those things, it's going to help a lot of people uh, understand better the subject we are discussing. So, the first one, which is very, very vital, we are in an age of the biggest economy right now in the world is digital digital marketing and all of that. So, my question is, what's the importance of digital marketing for startups?
Wow, amazing. That's an amazing question. So, for startup, digital marketing is very important. Firstly, to help them build brand awareness. For every startup, one of the primary need that they have is brand awareness because quite a number of people do not know them. So, leveraging on digital marketing helps them to, get awareness very fast. And secondly, it helps them to reach a wider audience than the traditional marketing. I mean, organic approach. So with digital marketing, you have pools of millions and billions of audience out there to reach out to and target specifically. And let me say, maybe the last thing there is to provide measurable results through analytics. So if you're just starting up, you want to monitor what you're doing, you want to have a kind of data of how you're growing and
Yeah.
what's input versus the output. So with digital marketing, you can be sure of, okay, these are the things I've imputed into my business, into my organization, and what are the things I'm expecting from. So like I said, in summary, build brand awareness very fast and reach wider audience than organic marketing, and also provide measurable results through analytics. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Now, knowing fully well that an entrepreneur, like as a founder, wears many hats and he's going to do so many things for himself at the most, especially at the beginning. And resources are very, very limited. So I can start up determine because of limited resources. I can start up determine which digital marketing channel to use.
Oh, very solid question. So, on that question, it's very important that every startup they identify where their target audience stays because that is very, very primary. If you are showing the right product to the wrong audience, then you will be wasting resources and you won't be able to maximize the available resources. So, the primary thing is, for you to determine the kind of digital marketing channels to use, you must know where your right audience are. Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on YouTube? So if you are a company that is into things that are related to video and the likes, primarily you want to leverage on YouTube because when it comes to video, people come to YouTube to come and watch video, and so that's one of the primary way of determining the digital marketing channel to use. Then the second thing, which is very important, and I will just end it there, is one, you want to test your campaigns on multiple platforms because the truth remains that in the marketing world you can't easily determine which is which not until you test. Testing gives you the best results. So let's say you have a campaign to run now, you test it on Facebook, you test it on Instagram, you test it on LinkedIn and YouTube. By the time you test it for a short period of time, you see the one that is working, and what you now do is that you retain the one that is working best with you. With that, you've been able to get your best channel to use. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're told that content is King, content is cash. Content is everything. And so what role does content play in digital marketing for startups?
Oh, amazing, amazing. It's very important for every startup to pay attention to content, the kind of content you're pushing out there. Reason being that with your content, you can easily build trust and authority. You can build trust and authority. You can establish yourself as an authority because what content does is that it pushes you out to the people. It tells the people what you have, what you know, and what you are up to. So content is very important to build trust and to build authority. And secondly, is that it educates your potential customers on what you do and gives them a reason to follow, to to take the corresponding action. So if you are a startup and you're joking with content, then you can easily achieve your goals. And last thing is, let me just say this last one. It helps you to drive engagement on social media. So if you're a startup and you're not pushing related content, you don't expect people to engage with your brand. You don't expect people to engage with what you have to offer there. So content is just the bridging gap between you and your potential customers so as for them to be able to build trust, build authority, and also educate them on what to do. Thank you so much.
A lot of people are afraid of I mean, being that the resources are limited, a lot of people are afraid of going online, and we have about 4 billion people every day that appear on social media now. So,
Exactly.
what kind of affordable, uh, affordable strategies, affordable digital marketing strategies can a startup use? I want you to be explicit. One, two, three, and how minimal can be spent in dollars to achieve visibility.
All right, thank you so much. So, using the word affordable is a very major word. So, in another words, for a startup, one of the most affordable digital approach for startup is going back to the last question that you picked, which is content creation. That might be demanding personally the place of you creating your content, your video, your images, your design. But if only you can continue to do that and you are consistently pushing that out, that is very very affordable. Now that's one, the place of content creation, and that can come in different ways. It can come as a blog, it can come as a consistent daily post on your social media platforms, so that's so affordable. Then another one is email marketing. So as much as you have started pushing out your content out there, one of the things you want to be very sensitive to as a startup, because you don't want to joke with every little that comes to your business. You don't want to joke with that. So you want to integrate what we call like email newsletter, maybe on your social media bio, so that when people visit your landing pages or your social media bio and the likes, there is a clear call to action there that drives them to take a specific action. So with that, you are not really spending money. You've not even started running ads and the likes. So, and another thing, and let me say that as the last one, is content repurposing. So one of the things that content repurposing is all about is that, okay, let's say for a few months now you've posted quite a number of things as okay, you posted it like a Facebook and Instagram post. Next 2 months you can also revisit the same content that you've posted but in another approach. So maybe as a blog, as a video, as an infographics. So with that, you are still working around the same subject matter. It's only that you are remodifying what you're doing. So with that, you're not going to be spending so much. And another thing is, like, I think I should add that because that's where most people miss it. Running away from running, sponsored ad. It might not be as big as the big businesses are running it, but at least you want to test the water and see the possibility that is there. And you can do that, running specific and targeted interest ads. Thank you so much.
Now, concerning the targeted ad you are mentioning, how little,
Oh,
how much in dollar can one use to run an ad?
yeah, thank you so much. So it depends on the community and the group of people that you're targeting. So let me take for instance now, if you're gonna be targeting, if your target audience are from Nigeria, the cost of running hard is lower compared to you targeting the big five. The big five, like the United States of America, the United Kingdom. What it costs, the art spends on those big five, they are higher than that of Nigeria. But primarily, when you are testing at testing stage, you are not meant to put all of your resources there. Like I mentioned earlier, you're testing creative, you're testing most of those things. You're looking for which is working. It is until you are done, you have been able to see what is working, you can now invest all of your resources to. So based on the question you asked, from $3 to $5 goes a long way if you're going to
Oh,
be
three
running any
dollars.
ad. three
You
to
mean
five
$3?
dollars depending on the location that you are targeting. So if for instance UK, US, Canada, and all of those things, starting from $5, you will be able, because most times for you to get a
Per
lead,
day?
it might,
Is it per day?
yeah, per day for the testing stage. If you want to check what is working, $5 per day at least. And I think I should say this: the amount spent primarily also determines the number of audience that your ad can be shown to. So
Okay.
the decision is yours to make. So if you want 1 million people to see your ad, then you should be willing to put
Spend
more.
more. Yeah.
And if you want just like 100, 1,000 people to see your ad, you should be able, what that demands from you. So it depends on the goal of your business. There is no specific approach to it. Every individual, every startup, they have a goal, they have a target, they have something they want to achieve. And that is what determines the kind of counsel you give to them. Oh, let's spend this also amount of money and the time available. Thank you so much, sir.
You mentioned something about testing.
Yeah.
That so invariably what you're trying to say is that like running multiple ads at the same time on the same particular product to see. Can you explain that
Exactly.
better?
Yeah, it's running multiple hats, but we are not just running multiple hats. We are running
Okay.
it strategically. So let's say you're selling a book now, you're selling an ebook now, and you want to be sure whether it is age 30 to 50 that will buy the book, or age 24 to 35. And maybe you designed a flyer to sell the book, you made a video to sell the book. Those are creative. What you test
Okay.
primarily is your audience and your creative. So if you have like two flyers, two video, you are running four ads. You are testing those four creative, the two flyers and two videos. You are still achieving the same goal, is to sell a book, but you want to know which of it is working. So if you are only using just one flyer and you're not getting results, you say this ad is not working. But if you have four creatives that are currently running, let's say two of them are not really giving you the result that you want, maybe the two flyers or one flyer and one video. After a couple of days, you can easily kill those ones by the time you've been able to realize that, oh, this video it's resonating with people. This video is pulling in leads. This video is generating leads. So that is why testing is very important, so that you won't just go and put all your resources. It's still the same goal, but you are testing, oh, it's a kind of demography. You are testing interest. Okay, lastly, let me use this as a case study. You as an entrepreneur, now many of times you would want to reach out to entrepreneurs out there. You want to reach out to investors. You have
Yeah.
things that you want to do. So one of the things you can do is that within that demography, we have a lot of interest. Interest simply means what people are showing, they have an affinity for
Yeah.
on most of the social media. So you can test entrepreneurial interest. When you type entrepreneurship, it will bring it as an interest. And we have hundreds of millions of people that are within that space that have shown interest in. And you can also test investments, right? Investment is also another interest. So when you are running ads to people who have shown interest on entrepreneur, and you're also running ads to people who are showing interest on investment, if that of investment is not giving you your desired result, you know that those are not the categories of people that needs the product
Okay.
or the offer that you're
Okay.
bringing. So that is
Okay.
how it works primarily.
Yeah, that's good. So you mentioned something about there's something about key. What are the key performance index that the startup should focus on?
Oh, solid, amazing. So, with respect to that, it is also very relative. But looking at it from the general context, one of the things you need to is look at is what are the systems that you've put in place. The systems you put in place determines the key performance index that you'll be looking into. So, let's say you have a website now as a startup. One of the key performance indexes you want to look into is the website traffic and bounce rate. So, how many people are coming into your website? What is the customer journey like? Is it that they got to the first page, they can't proceed to the next stage? You want them to fill in their form. Is it that when they get to the form page, they couldn't fill it to proceed to the next stage? So that's one of the key performance index. There, another thing is conversion rate. So you're expecting 1,000 people to come for a program and the likes, and over sometimes you've not gotten the results. Then you should know that something is wrong. I need to check my data. Why is it not? So that is why I mentioned the first one. So where are they coming from? Where are they getting stock? That's another thing. Then the third thing is customer acquisition cost. How much does it cost you to, get a potential customer? You need to really put because with that you can now know how to scale. So it cost me, I'll spend like $10 before I could get someone to say yes to what I'm offering. So if I'm gonna be getting, if I need 1,000 people, then I can say that okay, that will be 1,000 times $10. With that, you can easily project that this is the amount I should be budgeting for this thing. Then another thing is, like I mentioned the other time, that when it comes to affordable, you don't want to joke with email marketing. So one of the things you want to do is that it's not about just sending emails to them. You also want to check how well they are clicking through on that email. So maybe in your email you have put a call to action button and people clicking through, and there is a way you can track all of those things. So if you send email to 1,000 people, you can easily know whether it is 100 people that clicked or that open. So we call it open and click through rate. And I think the last thing is social media engagement. So for startup, one of the primary assets that you have is your social media pages, like your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube. So what kind of engagement are you having? You had 0 followers when you started. Now you are still on 0 followers after 4 months. Then something is wrong somewhere. So your social media engagements, uh, things like likes, share, comment, how are people, relating with the content you're pushing out there. So those are some of the key performance indicator startups should track in digital marketing. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. That seems there's so much to learn when it comes to digital marketing because I still
Exactly.
believe that there's something called search engine optimization. That is
Yeah.
SEO. And this is basically used to increase online visibility.
Visibility. Yeah.
Okay, so how can startup also, because if you've mentioned so many of those things, you mentioned email and there's still search engine optimization, is there no
Exactly.
conflict? So how can startup also tap into that search engine optimization?
All right, amazing. Like you just mentioned now, digital marketing is a broad space and it's evolving day in, day out. And there
Yeah.
are quite a number of expression under it. One of it is SEO, which is search engine optimization. And how startup can increase their online visibility is one. I will say this from the general context that one, you need to be very intentional about what you're doing. What doing it is what doing well. So
Yeah.
how can they now do that is if you are into, let me still use the entrepreneurial journey scenario that I was creating the other time. If you are a
Mhm.
startup and you're an entrepreneur, then you definitely need to research and use keywords that your customers are searching for. That is why we call it search engine optimization. So
Mm.
if I am a potential customer now and I'm coming, let me use Google as a case study. I'm coming to Google to start to search on the closest entrepreneurship company to me.
Mm.
Will your name
Mm.
show up? Because those are the
Mm.
things that gives you leverages to beat your potential your competitors. So when I search on Facebook, do you have a page on Facebook? Do you have any content on Facebook? If you go to
Mm.
Facebook now and you search for real estate now, there are some names that you should pull out.
Mm.
If you search for real estate in Nigeria, major realtors in Nigeria, you will see names like Dr. Stephen Akintayo. You see names like, quite big. It's because that our engine has been optimized. Facebook engine has been optimized. YouTube engine has been optimized. Google engine has been optimized for their name. So it is very important that you as a startup, you identify the major keywords within your niche. And why
This,
you are not
sorry, the word startup, the word optimize you are using. So, is it free? Is it something I just
No,
go and pay?
it can be free and it can be paid. For paid, it gives you speed in when you are paying for some of these services. There is speed in how you optimize it. But if you are going organically, that was why I used the word intentionality. That simply means you must be put. How do I put it now? You must be putting something on those search engines that
Mm.
whenever people call for what you do, you will show. And that is where that was what bettered what we call the hashtags. So if you say hashtag so 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 now hashtag American at 250 now. Hashtag this, and that. You start seeing a lot of posts that people have posted that are related to America becoming 250 years. So if someone is doing something related to that, and you are not doing, when you are posting your daily post, you are making videos online, and you are not using America 250, you are not using America this. When people are searching for things like that, you won't show up. And it is when you
Oh,
show up, they can take the necessary, action. So, in summary, you just necessarily need to, leverage on the keywords that, even the same thing with YouTube. You see that when you watch some YouTube videos, you see hashtag digital marketing, hashtag web design. So when you type web design, it will pull out a lot of content for you. So it is very important that if startups are going to be increasing their online visibility, they must have at the back of their mind that search engine optimization strategy. Everything you want to do there must be intentional, not just that I want to go and post and I am posting already. You have to pay attention to what you are saying in your video, what is on
mm,
your design, what is on your post content, the hashtag you're using, the kind of call to action that you're using, so that anytime, anywhere, people are calling forth for what you do, you will definitely be on the first list. And that is why Google Ad is very expensive. Before you can come to the first 10 list, when people search for what you do, you must have gone a long way. But it takes some time. But in as much as you're
mm.
consistent with it and you're pushing out the right thing, you can be sure that you are optimizing yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much. There are two questions I want to ask together. Now, with all that you have said, with the introduction of AI, artificial intelligence, and a whole lot of AI agents that is outside here there, do I still, all of these things, can I do it by myself or I need a professional to do it? That's number one.
Okay.
If I do it by myself, what will be the return on investment? And if I do it by professional, what is going to be? Is there going to be difference between the two? Because we are told that AI can simply help you to do everything. So do I still need a professional to get it done? Yeah.
Yeah, very well. That's a very good question. So with the introduction of artificial intelligence, things are becoming easier for
Mm,
people who know how to use the artificial intelligence. That is
okay.
where that is the missing gap in this generation. How that quite a number of people are afraid of artificial intelligence. And
Mm,
I say to myself and I say to people that what you should be afraid of is the people who handle artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence cannot run on its own. There are people behind it. There are
mm,
minds behind it. So
mm,
that takes me to the question that you asked, that leveraging AI into businesses, can you do it by yourself or do you need to
mm,
hire? Like I mentioned, it is someone that is behind it, either you yourself or the person that you are hiring. And
okay.
we are in an era where there are quite a number of informations out there. So, in other words, if you want to decide to do it by yourself, then you know that you definitely need to sacrifice time to learn how to use those AI, to learn how to set those AI up. But we have in the business space, there's a major problem where most startup or most people who are business owners do not really have the luxury of time to sit with some of these things. And that is where
Mm,
you hiring someone who can help you get it done comes in. So it's either you devote time, sacrifice your own personal time to learn how to use
mm,
the AI, right, and automate your system. And if you don't have the time yourself, then you can employ someone who knows about it, who can do the same thing you ought to have done by yourself. Now, when it comes to return on investments, we have it's so amazing and it's so funny how that we have quite a number of AIs out there. And most
mm,
of these AI and the people who created them, some of them are just pushing them out for test at the initial stage. So we have quite a number of them that are free, but they have limitations.
mm,
So let's say maybe is transcribing a artificial intelligence now, like this meeting now. There are AIs that can help you transcribe on the go, but they have a limited number of words that can be transcribed, not until you subscribe to their pro. So
mm.
if you are coming to the pro version, then that simply means you know that you are using the pro version for something that will also bring back some what's it called, a return on investment.
Yeah.
So if you have not yet grown to the extent where you should go for the pro version, then I solely counsel that do with what you have currently. We still have quite a number of them. All per every problem you want to solve with AI, you have about 100 AI that can solve it for you.
Oh wow.
You have
Wow.
about 100 AI that can solve it for you with their own peculiarity, uniqueness.
Mm.
So if this one is saying that you can do just 5 minutes, one will be saying that you can do five hours, but in a day. One will say you can do 5 minutes per day for 1 month. So you are the one that is where the time the time that I was talking about the other time comes in. It will demand time
Mm.
for you to research what is the best AI I should use for this. How do I automate this? So when it comes to return on investment, it is relative. You can be sure to get your return on investment if all the systems have been set up appropriately and things are
Okay.
going the way they should. But if they are not, or maybe you miss something in between, because these things are progressive, and AI will take lead for you, but not that AI will follow up. Recently, I discovered an AI that can automate calls for you immediately. A lead comes in as
Mm.
much as the lead drops their contact, their email, and their phone number, the AI will initiate the call and will call on your behalf.
Oh wow.
So come to think of that. So if that is not in between, that's why we call it funnel. If it is not within the funnel, then you are missing something, because at the end of the day, by the time the AI has taken the lead for you, you will have to come and follow up the lead yourself.
Oh wow. Oh
So
wow.
it depends on the strategy and the systems you're putting in place. AI is taking over, but which of it do you know that can help you? What are your goals? You need to define your goals. What is the process like? Oh, I want to get lead. I want to follow them up. I want to send them email. And after I've sent them email, I want to check up on them in the next 5 days. So, what do we have a specific artificial intelligence that can do all of those things together? If we don't, then which one can do this? Which one can do this? And another thing is that they are interconnectivity. Some of them are not, they can be connected together. So you want to look for the ones that are related and can be connected together. Thank you so
Oh
much, sir.
wow. 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 You are such a bundle of knowledge and all of that. So in closing, what tools, I mean, for beginner entrepreneur, what tools, what kind of tools will you suggest that they should start with? I mean, to recommend for startup to kickstart their journey immediately right away. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. So I will be mentioning three categories of tools. Number one, social media tools, and that is free. You can't say you are in business and you don't have a social media account. And with your
Mm.
social media account, you can easily create different pages, and those
Yeah.
are tools that your business needs. So we have the social media tools that brings you into the online space, the Facebook,
Mm.
Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and all of those things. Those things are available at our disposal. That's number one. Number two, the content creation tools. We talked
Mm.
about content and how content is very key the other time now. So for
Yeah.
startup, you definitely need content creation. And when it comes to content creation, what you're doing primarily is you're making creatives, be it an image, a photo, a graphics design, a
Mm.
video, an
Mm.
infographic, whatsoever the
Mm.
creatives looks like. So you can leverage on tools like Canva. Yeah, Canva have both free and paid, version for graphics. When it comes to
Mm.
creating content, written content, right? You can leverage on tools like
Mm.
ChatGPT. That is, it
Yeah.
also has a free version and a paid version. And when it
Mm.
comes to email marketing, you can leverage on tools like Mailchimp. It also have their own free and their what's it called, their paid version. Even though the free is very limited, you can only get
Mm.
like 50 leads before they will ask you
Mm.
to upgrade. And you can't even automate your emails. You have to be sending each and every one of them email one after the other. Whereas when you can bring all of them, 1,000 people, 5,000 people together and send email
Mm.
at once. But at least we said this is a startup. You don't really
Mm.
have that database yet. So you can leverage on things like that. And the last thing I will mention is we have what we call the Meta Ad Manager. And
Mm.
like I mentioned the other time, that we have social media tools, right? Facebook and Instagram. Meta is a company that hosts both Facebook and Instagram. And to every Facebook account, there's what we call Meta Ad Manager. Most businesses do not know that they have that asset, even as we speak.
Mm.
And those are that is the platform with which you can run sponsored ad that we mentioned the other time. So
Mm.
maximize it. You're not paying to access your Meta Ad Manager. You're only paying to run ads. Maximize it. Set up something. Learn how to do it if need be, get someone to do that for you. So those are basic, digital marketing to your social media tools, your creative tools, and your advertising tools. Those are the three categories I would say that every startup should look into: the social media tools, content creation tools, and your advertising tools. And under social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Under creative tools, we have Canva, we have, even Canva can do video at times. It depends on how creative you are. You can use Canva to do
Wow.
video. So that simply means you can use Canva for your infographics, your graphics
Mm,
design, your video creation. Then by the time you have
mm,
started, creating those content and you're pushing it out, like I mentioned the other time, you want to optimize your page by having a call to action in your bio. When they start
mm.
clicking on that and you want to start getting their leads, then you can start using things like Mailchimp for someone who is just starting. Thank you so much.
You are such a bundle of knowledge on this subject matter of digital marketing. We cannot exhaust your fountain of wisdom. So what we're just going to do for the purpose of this session, we will call it a day here. Then we will set up another. Maybe we'll break some of these things down so that more people can benefit from all of this knowledge. And
Exactly.
most especially gradually, maybe you'll be able to drop on the you'll be able to drop your link for me so that I can put it on the post so that as many people who also may want to reach out to you, they can have like a link to get access to you, since we know that right now the gold mine right now is artificial intelligence, digital marketing,
Exactly.
online, the greatest platform in the world, whereas the whole world is gathering right now, is on social media. Thank you so much, Mr. Dammy, for your time, for this beautiful session. And my fellow colleagues at WCU, this is just an interview you should not miss. I think all of us need to listen to this and take action on using social media to drive our business. I am your fellow colleague, Victor King, WCU Entrepreneurship Masterclass. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for having me. Bye.